This is Steam Deck, the most powerful gaming handheld in the world.
Well, let's make it even more powerful. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chamber here, and today we're going to be talking about modifying the Steam Deck to make it even faster and possibly even saving you some money. I have here, this is the 64 gigabyte Steam Deck. This is the cheapest model. This is the model you can get for $400 on Valve's website. I believe you can get it also on Amazon. If you can, I'll leave a link down below, affiliate link. This has really brought me back to gaming. I'm playing a bunch of single player games that came out really before my time of gaming that I've been playing a bunch of, such as Borderlands 2. I've also been playing newer games such as Cyberpunk 2077 and Spider-Man Remastered, all those other amazing games. As a lot of you, I want the most performance as I can get. This has a 60 Hz screen. I want 60 FPS as much as possible. Well, thanks to someone in my Discord called Linkstar612. I'll leave a link. I'll show his Twitter right here. He loves his Steam Deck, and he's very, very much a Steam Deck enthusiast. He actually guided me through how to overclock my Steam Deck. He went through all the amazing steps. Huge shout out to him, by the way. I got a good performance boost overclocking it and doing some other little things. But there was one big problem. The temperatures. Temperatures were not great. This was causing the fans to be very loud, it to be a really noisy device. It wasn't able to boost as high. So I bought one product. This right here is a PTM 7950 thermal pad. This is what we will be using to fully max out the Steam Deck in terms of temperatures. So in the package, let's just go over some of the things you get in the PTM 7950. So it's a little box here. I did get this on Amazon, by the way. You can get this on AliExpress. I wanted to see if the Amazon one was legit, and it was. So you get the thermal pad here. It comes in a little bag. I got the smallest one. That's all you need. In it as well, you get some, let's see what you get. It seems like you get some alcohol prep pads. I didn't use this. As you can see, I've already done the video, so I already know the results. You get like a little paintbrush, so if you want to be Bob Ross, you feel free to go that. As you can see, you got, this is what I like to call the stuff for people who play Warzone with a controller. Yeah, you got some protectors. You got a, why do you have a screwdriver? Sure, there's a screwdriver. Well, now let's talk about what you actually need. So, to tear apart your Steam Deck, you're going to need a screwdriver, obviously. You're actually going to want to use a little separator, preferably plastic. I use one for my iFixit kit. But you're going to use isopropyl alcohol to clean off the APU as well as the copper heatsink itself, just to cool it off. And you're going to use some tweezers to remove the actual plastic part here on the thermal pad. Now, one thing you actually are going to want to do before you tear apart your Steam Deck and try and cut this as well. So I just used a razor blade to cut this. You want to put this in your freezer. So I did about 0.6 inches square. It is not really square, but it's close enough. You just want to make sure it covers the die. It's not electrically conductive, so if you get this outside of the die, don't worry about it. But now, let's get on to the testing. So let me show you guys my Power Tools overclocking. So this is what I am using for the Steam Deck. You can look it up online how to get it installed. I'm not going to make a guide just because it's pretty advanced, and I did not actually do it myself. Linkstar did help me. So I do have SMT enabled because I have 8 threads in total. So I did set minimum to 2.5 gigahertz, maximum to 3.8. This is about a 300 megahertz overclock. I set 17 watts for both the slow and fast. Default, these are 15 watts, so you're getting about 2 more watts, which is a pretty big bump when you are power limited. Min 1200 on the GPU and 1800 maximum on the GPU. That is a 200 megahertz overclock. I did turn off the downclock memory and I did not touch any of these. Let me just make sure that that is saved. You want to make sure that's always saved. One thing you can also do is go into persistent. You have to select each CPU and make sure the governor is set to performance. That will help a little bit with performance. And now we can get into the actual testing. Here we have the Steam Deck. So it's been running for about 10 minutes. As you can see, 76-ish degrees on the GPU, 77, 75 on the CPU itself, running at about 6,000 RPMs. This is 100% fan speed. Very high frequencies. We're going to keep track of these, about 1600 on the GPU. 2.7 to about 3 I was noticing on the CPU. But now what we're going to be doing, so here's the PTM 7950. I already cut it. I did about 0.6 inches, which is about 15 millimeters on both sides. Now we're going to, I did freeze it before. That makes it cutting a little bit easier. Now I got to take this apart, take the plastic off of both sides, and then clean it off, put it on this, close it up on the Steam Deck, and then we get to test it again. So let's tear the Steam Deck apart. First, we are going to actually make sure that we do shut it down though. Make sure you shut down the Steam Deck. I'm also going to show you how to fully disconnect the battery so that you don't get any electrical issues or anything. So let's shut down the Steam Deck, tear it apart. Here we have the Steam Deck open. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to unscrew a screw right here once you've taken off the back, and as well as the screw right here. They're going to need to undo this little foil here and unscrew this one. This one actually is a part of the CPU cooler. So make sure that that is the most important screw here inside the Steam Deck as of right now especially. Now what we need to do is we do need to take this little metal piece off. Just give me a second to get it off real quick. And here we go. Perfect. As you can see, there are thermal pads on this. If you did want to replace them, I guess you could measure them, find some better ones. But I am not worried about that. But here's what you want to do. So you want to just pull at this little tab right here, and this is the battery itself. This will pull the battery out. You just got to kind of give it a little pull here. Give it some time. I might need to take this off the camera. Here is my ChamberTech 512GB Gen 4, really fast SSD, low power as well. It's covered by the EMI shield. I'll leave a link down below to that SSD as well as the PTM 7950. But let me unplug the battery and then we'll go to cleaning this off. All right, took it off. So as you'll see, you'll need to unscrew right here. This screw does come off, and as you can see, it's right here. It's the same size as the screw above it that we need to unscrew earlier. And then there's this screw, which is captive, which stays on here. But look, here's the thermal paste spread. As you can see, it is very good. There was a little sticker here for the heatsink that you did kind of need to undo, but now we should be all good. I just need to clean this off on both sides and be right back. The CPU/GPU APU is all clean now, so now I need to put a cover on this just to make sure it doesn't spill. Cleaned it off, cleaned off the heatsink itself. This is why you don't want to use liquid metal. This is copper. First of all, if you're using anything that's travel portable, or that you're going to, I don't know, ship it, if you know, you know, do not use liquid metal. Also, I could clean off the sides. I really just don't care and don't want to mess with any of the caps. But now what we need to do is we need to take this plastic off and then place it on the APU. And there we go. Now I just need to take it off this. And perfect, here we are. So now I just gotta reattach the cooler itself to it, and then we should be all good. Then we can test it. Make sure that before you put this little metal thing back over, make sure you plug the battery back in, or you will have to take it apart again like I did. Okay, about 10 minutes has passed, and as you can see, look, we're getting about a 5-degree temperature drop. The clock speed on the GPU is about the same, with the CPU being about 200 to 300 megahertz higher. So fan speed is about the same, but that's fine. So one thing you can do also, if you are doing this also, so first of all, I'm going to show you guys this Decky program. You can use something called Fantastic, make a custom fan curve if you wanted to. That should drop temps a lot. As you can see, look, it's hitting 7,000. But another thing that I would actually recommend is hitting the Steam button, go to settings, go to the system tab and scroll down and turn on enabled updated fan control, and let's see. Now this should make it a little bit quieter, might make it a little hotter as well. So the old power fan control was run by power. The enabled one is the updated one is run by the actual temperatures itself instead of power draw. So if you're overclocking like me, as you can see, I was running 17 watts. So here we are, 17 watts. You can up this if you want. I only set 17. I'm not gonna make a guide at all on overclocking these things, just because I don't think that is kind of my place to do it. But here, perfect. We can just switch it back to 17, and boom, you can have a perfectly great and amazing Steam Deck here. Faster than some gaming PCs. So should you do this? Yes. If you are an enthusiast, you enjoy having fast hardware, and you just want to honestly tinker with your stuff, yeah, go ahead and overclock your Steam Deck. Go ahead and replace the thermal paste. Go ahead and do that. As well as you want lower fan speed, you can do that as well if you're not using the older fan speed control. I would definitely recommend doing this. you don't even have to overclock to get results out of this. Example, if you're running just stock clocks, stock power limits, you can get some lower fan speed as well and get the same, and maybe even get higher performance, maybe even the same performance. But hey, lower noise on a travel device is nice. Let's say you're in a public space. You don't want people hearing your fan speed being like, oh, this kid's a gamer. He's playing games. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. If you want to support me and the channel, hit that link down below. You can join the Discord. You can subscribe, become a Discord subscriber, get some awesome benefits. More benefits are coming every day. Trying to support you guys as much as I can, as long as you guys support me. But I'll see you guys later. Let me know down below if you have a Steam Deck, what other videos you want to see on the Steam Deck possibly, what other videos you want to see in general. Let me know also what your favorite game is. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.